XYZ comes into this round in a pretty good position, but Kuriboh is essentially in do or die at this point. XYZ opens up first. Let's see what it's got. Starting off with X-Head Cannon, will equip it with the Union Leader in hand and use its ability when equipped to search out a Union spell or trap from deck to hand. That'll be Union Strike. Set 2 to the back row and pass to Kuriboh, who will open up with Terraforming. Grab Land of Kuriboh from the deck. Go ahead and activate that Land of Kuriboh, then use Gathering of Kuriboh, pitch Ninja Kuriboh from hand, and that will be negated by Union Strike, special summoning Union Leader to the board and negating one effect on the field. That will be Gathering of Kuriboh. Land of Kuriboh still activates since a Kuriboh monster was sent to the graveyard as a cost. It gets to draw 1. Special summon Cyber Kuriboh since only opponent controls a monster and tributes it since it is a level 5. 5-star Daylight, adding 5 Kuriboh spell or trap that I mentioned Kuriboh from deck to hand. 5-star Twilight, multiply, detonate another copy of 5-star Daylight, and Gathering of Kuriboh that was in the grave, so it can add from deck and graveyard. Activates the Gathering of Kuriboh once again, pitching a Land of Kuriboh to add Cyber Kuriboh and alternative Kuriboh from deck to hand. We'll special summon that Cyber Kuriboh that was just added since again only the opponent controls a monster. Reveals Astral Kuriboh in hand to special summon alternative Kuriboh, which can be special summoned by revealing a Kuriboh monster in hand, both level 5 monsters on board. Activates Detonate and then chains on top of that Multiply, so Multiply will tribute the alternative Kuriboh since it is treated as Kuriboh on field. And in response, XYZ will activate Unauthorized Reactivation, equipping B-Buster Drake from the deck to the X-Head Cannon. Then Multiply will resolve, tributing the alternative Kuriboh to special summon 4 Kuriboh tokens, and then Detonate will destroy those 4 Kuriboh tokens, destroying 2 cards on the board for XYZ, the Buster Drake and the Union Leader. Buster activates its ability, since it is sent from field to grave, can add a Union monster from deck to hand. That'll be Union Leader. So getting that back row off the board, Kuriboh now summons Astral Kuriboh by revealing the number 555 stack Kuriboh. Astral comes out as a level 5. We'll exceed summon those 2 level 5s, the Cyber and the Astral, to bring out number 555, stack Kuriboh. Stack Kuriboh's effect activates, tributing itself to special summon a level 5 from the deck or grave that is Cyber Kuriboh and adding a Kuriboh spell to Gathering of Kuriboh from deck to hand. Activates 5-star Twilight, tributing the Cyber Kuriboh to special summon the 5 Kuriboh brothers. We'll activate the effect of Kuriboh to tribute all 5 to bring out Babylon from the deck. Babylon comes out with an attack of, it's 300 attack for every Kuriboh monster it controls and in the grave, so it comes out at 4,800. Activates Gathering of Kuriboh once again, pitching the 5-star Daylight in hand to add Herald of Kuriboh and Kuriborn from deck to hand. Babylon at 48 will attack over the X-Head Cannon, and in response, XYZ will equip Union Tech Support from hand to the X-Head Cannon, so protecting it from being destroyed by battle, still taking 3,000 in battle damage. Still in battle phase, Babylon's effect activates, bouncing itself to the hand to special summon the 5 Kuriboh brothers. And all 5 will go to the graveyard again, this time to synchro summon Kuriboh. Turn will pass to XYZ. Has X-Head Cannon on board, 3 cards in hand, activates the effect of Union Leader in hand, and that'll be negated by Herald of Kuriboh, pitching Kuriborn as well to negate a monster effect and destroy it. Land of Kuriboh nets a draw since the Kuriboh was sent to the grave as a cost. Normal summons B-Buster Drake, and X-Head Cannon, Contact Fuse into A to Z Assault. Who on summon can banish 2 Union monsters from the deck to banish a card on the field. Since it targets Kuriboh's effect activates, tribute itself to negate that, and in response, A to Z Assaulting uses its effect to banish a Union monster from the graveyard to banish the Kuriboh so it won't get its end phase effect. Won't attack thanks to Land of Kuriboh, so we'll pass to Kuriboh, who will special summon Babylon, coming out now at 5,400 attack. Can be special summoned since it has more monsters in its grave than the opponent does. In response, A to Z Assaulting will banish Union Leader to banish one of the Kuriboh brothers from the graveyard. So that is huge, cutting off the Babylon and 5-star Twilight plays. Still takes a good amount of damage, leaving XYZ with 2200. Turn passes to XYZ. Normal summon Wide Dragon Head. Activate unauthorized reactivation, equipping it with Sea Crush Wyvern from the deck. Contact Fuse both of those into A to Z Assault Tank. Again, will use its ability, and that will... No, actually, its summon will be negated by Herald of Kuriboh, pitching alternative Kuriboh as well. That should do it, with Curry Babylon able to take the duel in the next turn. XYZ scoops. We're going to game 2. Just to clarify there, the reason they didn't attack with A to Z Assault Tank was because Land of Kuriboh nets a Kuriboh monster from the grave on an opponent's attack and probably didn't want to give them that retrieval, so had chosen to pass. So XYZ is going to open up here. Game 1 activates Terraforming, gets Union Hanger, a huge card for the deck. On activation, can add a Light Machine Union monster from deck to hand. That'll be Union Leader. Will then normal summon a Assault Core. On summon, can use Union Hanger's effect to equip it with a Sea Crush Wyvern from the deck. Will then also equip the A Assault Core with Union Leader in hand, which when equipped can add a Union spell or trap. Will be Union Strike from deck to hand, sets 1 and passes to Kuriboh. Kuriboh will start off with Lightning Strike, trying to destroy all spells and traps, so that'll be negated by Union Strike, which will special summon the 2 Union monsters that are in the spell zone as monsters, negating the effect of 1 card on the field, that being the Lightning Strike. Union Hanger activates since the Union monster is summoned, equips the Union Leader with Bee Buster Drake. Kuriboh follows up with Gathering of Kuriboh, pitching Ash Blossom to add Herald of Kuriboh and Kuriboh from deck to hand. Will special summon Cyber Kuriboh since only opponent controls a monster. Special summons Astral Kuriboh by revealing number 555 stack Kuriboh coming in at level 5. 2 level 5s. Exceed summon into that number 555. Tributes itself to special summon the level 5 Kuriboh, Cyber Kuriboh from the grave, as well as adding 5-star Daylight from deck to hand. Uses 5-star Daylight, tributes to Cyber Kuriboh, adds back Gathering of Kuriboh from the grave, as well as Land of Kuriboh, multiply, detonate, and 5-star Twilight from deck to hand. What it can do with all of those pluses: activates Land of Kuriboh, uses Gathering of Kuriboh, pitches Kuriboh to add alternative Kuriboh and Cyber Kuriboh from deck to hand. Special summon Cyber Kuriboh once again, since only the opponent controls a monster, tributes it for 5-star Twilight to special summon the 5 Kuriboh brothers. Use the ability of Kuriboh to tribute all 5 to bring out Curry Babylon. Curry Babylon will Land of Kuriboh will activate since the Kuriboh monster was sent to the grave as a cost to draw 1 card. And Curry Babylon will gain attack equal to the Kuriboh monsters on field and grave, putting it at 4,500. Reveals Herald of Kuriboh in hand to special summon alternative Kuriboh. That puts 3 more hundred attack on the Babylon. Alternative Kuriboh will attack the Union Leader. Bee Buster Drake will be destroyed in its place, and its effect triggers since it is sent from field to grave. Add Union Leader from deck to hand. Kuriboh will then use Multiply to tribute the alternative Kuriboh, again treated as Kuriboh on the field, special summoning 4 Kuriboh tokens. Will then use Detonate to destroy those 4 tokens, destroying all 4 cards on the field for XYZ. If it uses any of those effects on field, either the Sea Crush or the Assault Core, both of them will be used. Assault Core will retrieve Union Leader from the grave to hand, and Sea Crush Wyvern will special summon a Union monster from hand. That'll be Bee Buster Drake, blocking off that Curry Babylon, who will choose to attack over the Bee Buster Drake, giving Unions 1 more search. That'll be Union Tech Support from deck to hand. Still in the battle phase, Curry Babylon bounces back to the hand, special summoning the 5 Kuriboh brothers from the graveyard. All 5 will deal 300 each. So Kuriboh takes the lead in game 2, dealing 1,500 right here, 8,000 to 6,500. Score stands. Main phase 2 will synchro summon these 5 into Kuriboh. Sets 1 to the back row and passes to XYZ, who will draw to 6 cards in hand. And in the standby, Dimensional Barrier is activated, calling fusions, blocking off XYZ from any of those contact fusions. So that is going to be a huge damper, essentially blocking off a lot of progress for this turn. Let's see if they can at least get something going. Normal summons a Assault Core, equips it with Union Leader in hand, searches out Union Strike when that is equipped, sets 2 to the back row, and passes to Kuriboh, who has 4 cards in hand, Land of Kuriboh and Kuriboh on the board. staring down at least a Union Strike and who knows what else. Special summons Curry Babylon since it has more monsters in its grave than the opponent does. Curry Babylon comes in with an attack of... It doesn't matter, it's going to XYZ summon those 2 level 5s into number 555 stack Kuriboh. Use its effect to tribute itself, special summoning a level 5 Kuriboh monster from the grave, that would be Cyber Kuriboh, and adding 5-star Daylight from deck to hand. Land of Kuriboh activates since the Kuriboh monster was sent to the graveyard as a cost, draws 1 card, activates 5-star Daylight. That will be responded to a Union Strike to try and negate it, but that is negated by Herald of Kuriboh, which can negate a trap, spell, monster effect, or a summon by discarding it, and another Kuriboh monster negates the Union Strike. 5-star Daylight goes through, adding back Detonate, Multiply, Gathering of Kuriboh from the grave to the hand, as well as 5-star Daylight and 5-star Twilight from the deck to the hand. Activates the Gathering of Kuriboh, pitching Land of Kuriboh from the hand to add Herald of Kuriboh and Astral Kuriboh from deck to hand. Reveal the Astral Kuriboh using its effect, special revealing the number 525 to special summon itself from the hand. It comes out as level 5, and that can be used for fodder for 5-star Twilight, tributing it to special summon the 5 Kuriboh brothers. 5 Kuriboh brothers will XYZ summon into number 585 stack Kuriboh. Reveals Herald of Kuriboh in hand to special summon the alternative Kuriboh that is in hand. Uses number 555's effect, attaching a material to increase the attack of all fiend monsters by 300 attack for every Kuriboh monster in the grave, putting both of these guys, let's see. Alternative Kuriboh jumps up to 49, and stack Kuriboh jumps up to 5100. So 2 big fuzzballs going into the battle phase. Alternative Kuriboh attacks the A Assault Core, dealing 3,000 in damage. The Union leader is destroyed in place. Will then use Multiply in the battle phase, tributing the alternative Kuriboh to special summon 5 Kuriboh tokens. And he's going to use Detonate to try and clear the field for number 555 to attack for game. But in response, XYZ will equip A Assault Core with Union Tech Support in hand. So that'll take the destruction in place of A Assault Core. The face down card will also be destroyed. That was a Union Scramble, so that wasn't live with no banished Union monsters. But A Assault Core stays on board, takes the attack from stack Kuriboh, reducing XYZ to its final 300 life points. So had they had just 1 more Kuriboh monster in the graveyard, those attack boosts from stack Kuriboh would have been enough. In the end phase, Sync Kuriboh's graveyard effect activates until sent to the grave this turn, banishes itself to special summon 5 Kuriboh monsters from the graveyard. That would be Kuriboh, Herald of Kuriboh, Cyber Kuriboh, Alternative Kuriboh, and a copy of 555 stack Kuriboh. And in the draw phase of XYZ's turn, stack Kuriboh's effect activates, attaching a material to boost the attack of all those Kuriboh monsters some more. Cyber Kuriboh goes to 37, stack Kuriboh 1 goes to 39, stack Kuriboh 2 goes to 75. Herald and Kuriboh go to 27, and alternative Kuriboh's effect activates since the Kuriboh effect was activated. It can tribute itself to add a Kuriboh monster from deck. The graveyard adds the OG Kuriboh by tributing itself. That is a lot of big fuzzballs right now. Let's see. XYZ will banish the ABC from the grave to special summon ABC Dragon Buster, but its effect, its summon, is negated by discarding Herald of Kuriboh and the OG Kuriboh. Since Kuriboh was hit to the grave as a cost, Land of Kuriboh nets a draw. XYZ will normal summon Union Tech Support and equip it with Union Leader, so getting desperate here, equips it with Union Leader to add a Union spell or trap from deck to hand. That'll be Union Hanger. Will activate unauthorized reactivation, equipping the Union Tech Support with Sea Crush Wyvern. And it looks like that it has another AB in the grave, can banish that as well as a Sea Crush Wyvern on the field. To summon another copy of ABC Dragon Buster, comes out in defense mode, activates Union Hanger to add a light machine monster from deck to hand. That'll be A Assault Core. Will activate Dragon Buster's effect, banishing the A Assault Core to banish the stack Kuriboh that has the materials on it. Then use Union Scramble's graveyard effect, banishing itself to add back the banished Sea Crush Wyvern to the hand. So that'll be more fodder for ABC Dragon Buster. We'll then use Union Tech Support to equip itself to Dragon Buster. Union Leader goes to the grave, but that makes ABC Dragon Buster immune to effects. And Kuriboh's draw phase activates the effect of ABC Dragon Buster, discarding that Sea Crush Wyvern to banish the other stack Kuriboh, preventing its effects. Right now, it's got a 2800 defense on board, and Kuriboh only has one monster that can attack over it, but the Union tech support is destroyed in its place side where Kuriboh tried to destroy it. Union tech support goes to the grave instead, and doesn't look like Kuriboh has any other moves, so turn passes back to XYZ, who can use ABC Dragon Buster's effect with the card that it just drew, Ash Blossom, to banish the Cyber Kuriboh. Turn passes to Kuriboh, who still doesn't have anything to get over that 2800 defense, and will pass back to XYZ, who is simply drawing cards just to get more fodder for ABC Dragon Buster. Well, instead, we'll normal summon that Y Dragon Head Union Hanger, equips it with B Buster Drake from the deck. We'll banish the Y and B to special summon A to Z Assault Tank, who on summon will banish the Z Metal Tank and Union tech support from the deck to banish the Land of Kuriboh that is on board. We'll then use A to Z Assault Tank's other effect, banishing a Union monster from the grave to banish a card from the opponent's grave. That will be Kuriboh. Changes ABC Dragon Buster to attack mode, attacks over the Herald of Kuriboh, which is sitting at 27, so it takes 300. Passes to Kuriboh. 5 cards in hand and a 2700 attack. Kuriboh on board. Can it get something going? Kuriboh will simply go to battle phase and attack over the A to Z Assault Tank, who will use its effect to banish Union tech support and banish Kuriboh from the opponent's graveyard, blocking off Babylon 5-star Twilight plays. Turn passes to XYZ, who will go straight to battle phase and attack over the Kuriboh. And just like that, all those big fuzzballs that Kuriboh once had are all gone. Sets 1 to the back row and passes to Kuriboh. 6 cards in hand. Can they do anything? 1 is Lightning Strike. To try and destroy the opponent's attack position monsters, ABC Dragon Buster will be tributed to try and special summon 3 of the banished monsters, Union monsters, but instead that is blocked by Call by the Grave. So Call by the Grave will banish the ABC Dragon Buster, blocking off its ability to special summon. And in the end phase, Return of the Union is activated, returning A, B, and C from the banished pile to the deck to special summon another copy of ABC Dragon Buster. And now it is XYZ's turn, who draws, goes straight to battle phase, attacks for 3000, score stands at 44-3. Turn passes to Kuriboh, 5 cards in hand. Can they get rid of another copy of Dragon Buster? Just sets 1 and passes back to XYZ, who will send Union Hanger to activate another copy, and its search effect is blocked off by Ash Blossom, so that is critical. ABC Dragon Buster will attack over the face down. It was an Ash Blossom. Turn passes to Kuriboh, 4 cards in hand, nothing on the field, sets 1. Turn passes to XYZ, who will immediately discard a card that was drawn, the B Buster Drake, to banish the face down card that Kuriboh had, Cosmic Cyclone, which will be chained in response, paying down 1000 life points to get rid of the Union Hanger. And that last card in hand is a monster. Normal summons the X-Head Cannon. X-Head Cannon and ABC Dragon Buster complete the comeback. Despite staring down a field of huge fuzzballs and only 300 life points to 8,000, XYZ is able to claw back with ABC Dragon Buster and take Game 2. We are going to Game 3. Kuriboh is going to open up first. Will it regret not being able to finish off XYZ when it had the chance? Activates Land of Kuriboh. Use Gathering of Kuriboh to pitch Herald of Kuriboh, and that is blocked off by Ash Blossom. Still, Land of Kuriboh will net 1 draw since the Kuriboh card is sent to the graveyard as a cost. Sets 1 to the back row, passes to XYZ, who will activate Alphabet Soup, revealing 3 of the ABC XYZ monsters. That will be ABC. See, the opponent's going to roll. If it gets a 1-2, that'll be C Crush Wyvern, 3-4, A Assault Core, 5-6, E Buster Drake. Will call A Assault Core, and the dice roll goes to C Crush Wyvern. So C Crush Wyvern is special summon. The other 2 will be banished. Normal summon Z Metal Tank, and in response, Kuriboh will activate Dimensional Barrier, blocking off any fusion summons. Go to battle phase, C Crush Wyvern attacks. Land of Kuriboh's effect activates since an attack was declared. Can add back a Kuriboh monster from the grave. That'll be Herald of Kuriboh from grave to hand. Main phase 2. After dealing 2700 in damage, C Crush Wyvern equips to the Z Metal Tank, passes back to Kuriboh, 4 cards in hand. Land of Kuriboh on board, can't do anything. Passes back to XYZ, who will banish the Z and C to special summon A to Z Assault Tank. Will activate its ability to banish 2 Union monsters from the deck. Y Dragon Head, A Assault Core to banish the Land of Kuriboh on the board. Activates Alphabet Soup, so once again revealing 3 of the ABC XYZ, this time X-Head Cannon. B Buster Drake, C Crush Wyvern will declare the name of X-Head Cannon. Let's see what the dice roll goes to. Dice roll will go to 5-6, which is C Crush Wyvern once again. The B and the X are banished, but that is still 3,500 on board, and another 1,900 with a normal summon of A Assault Core. This actually might be game right here if there's nothing that Kuriboh can do to stop it. Does it have the OG Kuriboh to block one of these attacks? 1200 goes through, 1900 goes through, and A to Z Assault Tank goes for game.